This is definitely something you need to know if you often get colds. First, there is always a reason why you get sick so often. Now I'll tell you the 3 most common reasons. The first is a hidden allergy in the body, no matter what kind, whether it's a household allergen, a food allergen, or an inhaled allergen. The immune system gets irritated and starts reacting to any virus that lands on our mucous membranes. The conclusion is very simple. To rule out allergies, you need to see an allergist. If anything is found, then follow the allergist's recommendations. The second reason is a focus of chronic inflammation in the upper respiratory tract. It can be in the nasal sinuses, it can be in the nasopharynx, or it can be in the throat. Therefore, we go to an otolaryngologist when we are not sick and show him our nose and throat. The third reason is killer viruses of the immune system: Epstein-Barr, cytomegalovirus, and human herpes virus. 6. These viruses live in the lymphoid tissue of an adult, most often in the tonsils and in the lymphoid granules of the back wall of the throat. In children, these viruses live in the adenoids. And if there is viral activity, the immune system constantly detects them, tries to fight them, and triggers an inflammatory process. But the immune system can't cope because these viruses turn off certain parts of the immune system so they can feel completely comfortable. That's why when seasonal viruses land on the mucous membranes of your respiratory tract, the immune system also responds ineffectively. It triggers an inflammatory process, various symptoms appear, but at the same time, the immune system deals with these viruses poorly. To rule out the activity of Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus, and human herpes virus type 6, we prescribe a swab from the mucous membrane of the throat or saliva. For polymerase chain reaction, this is a type of diagnostic method for these viral infections. Taken in the morning on an empty stomach, qualitative or quantitative, there is no difference. Let's move on. If stressful situations make your symptoms worse, if these symptoms come and go periodically, if you have already seen doctors and have been prescribed treatment but it is not effective enough, then it's 100%. There is also a psychological aspect, that is, psychological causes, the so-called psychosomatics. This is an absolutely well-studied issue with thoroughly researched mechanisms, and we also know what to do with these mechanisms. It's all simple. Any thought triggers a feeling in the body, feelings in the body trigger a reaction from our body, and there are certain thoughts in various situations that set off feelings and bodily reactions, which, if it persists for a long time, leads to one illness or another. And since we have a lot of feelings that are localized in the area of the nose and in the area of our throat, it's not surprising at all if these feelings are present constantly. They lead to diseases of the upper respiratory tract. For the diagnosis of psychosomatics, we go to a specialist who deals with this. If you want to contact me, a link will appear here now, and it's also in the description. You can sign up for a free diagnosis. Our body is capable of self-restoration, of self-healing, if we don't interfere with this process. We can interfere with it through psychosomatics. We've already talked about this. And how we can help it, I will tell you further. And the first thing you need to do is motivate yourself for health. Imagine that you have become healthy and are no longer sick. Write down what positive changes will happen in your life as a result, and put this list in a visible place. Goal: I want to be healthy. With this, the first, second, third, and fourth things. Write as if it has already happened. That is, I do my favorite sport, I go to my favorite job, I feel great, I earn more money, and so on and so on. A lot depends on the charge of our battery, on how we feel. Therefore, besides the reasons we've already discussed, you need to think about it. About what kind of lifestyle I have, what I eat, how I sleep, whether I do sports, and in general, whether I have any physical activity at all. And if you go to bed after midnight, if you eat all sorts of junk, if you have no physical activity in your life, then first of all, your energy level is at zero. And secondly, all of this can lead, among other things, to you getting sick often. So we normalize our sleep, improve the quality of our nutrition, and do sports, or at least introduce some minimal physical activity into our lives, like walking, active games, and sports. In general, we move more. Vitamins and micronutrients also play an important role in the functioning of our body. And if you get sick often, then your diet must definitely include vitamin D3, omega-3, and such micronutrients as zinc, selenium, and iron. All of this is now available. You can buy it and use it according to the instructions. It will be very good if you work on improving your health. The simplest things you can use are hardening breathing techniques, for example, breathing exercises by Strelnikova. This is also reflexogenic massage at certain points to activate the immune system. You can learn about all these health improvement methods on my channel. There is still a lot of useful information ahead. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do it right now. Do what will lead you to health. Think correctly, get the right treatment, and be healthy. Yours, Dr. Krabrov.